Hey everybody, Chief Meteorologist Brad Panovich here. We're getting into a very hot and humid time of year, and going into Friday and Saturday, we're going to be dealing with more of these scattered afternoon and evening storms. Nothing that's going to wash out your complete Friday or Saturday, but late in the afternoon and into the evenings, you're going to need to be extra careful out there, especially for outdoor activities, because we're going to have scattered storms. Let me show you the wider view right now. Last night, some big storms came through in the middle of the night, especially in Cleveland County, dumped some heavy rain. Those have moved into eastern North Carolina and dumped a lot of heavy rain overnight. Because of that, and because of more storms on the way, there are flash flood watches up for areas in central and eastern North Carolina, because any slow-moving storms today are going to have the potential to produce some heavy rain. I'm going to throw up the warnings and watches here in a minute to kind of show you the setup. But as those load, I do want to show you the severe weather outlook for today, because we do have a risk for some strong storms in parts of the Carolinas. You see that yellow area? That's the same area we have the flood watch in effect. So that's a low-end risk. And again, the overall severe weather risk is relatively low. It's more the lightning and the heavy rain, which will be an issue. For Saturday, you can see that low risk shifts to the north. And as we go into Sunday, that risk is kind of all around us. So let's quickly zoom in and I'll show you the blue area is a flood watch. It does include parts of central North Carolina and eastern North Carolina. This area right in here really was hit with heavy rain overnight. And there's actually flood warnings and advisories in effect right now for the rain that came through right now and early this morning. But as more rain develops back to the west, that's going to set the stage for more heavy rain. So let's get into the forecast to plan for the Luke Combs concert or for whatever you're doing over the next 2 days. So first things first, we'll go short range just the next 18 hours. So we'll start at 10 a.m. this morning. We'll go through time. You can see about maybe 3 o'clock this afternoon. I do expect storms in the heating of the day, which the sun is coming out now. It won't take long. We're going to see some pretty good storms develop by 3, 4 o'clock. And by evening, you're going to see pretty much scattered storms just about everywhere. This is 4 o'clock this evening. And by 5 o'clock, you can see them across. So again, Luke Combs concert tonight, again in Uptown Bank of America Stadium, outdoor venue, pregame, tailgating. You're going to have some rain around. But as the concert starts, the rain could possibly move out. So there might be a slight delay because of lightning. Remember, rain is not going to postpone anything. Lightning is. So make sure you heed those warnings. 30-minute rule is going to be in effect. They're going to wait 30 minutes after the last lightning strike within 8 miles of the stadium to have everybody back in. So you can see it's probably going to be a brief delay and an early start to the concert. 5:45 to me is actually pretty early for a concert. Probably puts it at more risk for a storm, but it also gives it plenty of time to get the concert in before it's too crazy late at night. So just remember that early on, probably some storms, and then they move out and we should be good the rest of the night. So it's going to happen. Just be ready for the tailgate and the pre-event festivities to maybe get a little soggy. We'll go into the overnight hours, and I'll stop it here. As we go to 1 a.m., there could be some lingering storms. So let's focus then on the weekend. Let's go into Saturday. All right, so we're getting into the wee hours of Saturday morning. I'm going to stop this around 7 a.m., wake up Saturday morning. Probably the first half of the day, the sun is going to be out. It's going to be uber muggy. I mean, just super muggy, because not only the air mass muggy, but the rain that's going to be falling with these storms is going to help add more low-level moisture. So super muggy. That means when the sun comes out, heats the ground up, we're going to easily get thunderstorms develop because there's no high pressure overhead suppressing anything. So we go through the day on Saturday. I'm going to stop this around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. This is Saturday afternoon. So up until 2, there's really no issues at all. Starting around 2, 3 o'clock, I'll go to 3 o'clock. You can see we're going to probably see some storms developing in the mountains and some isolated storms in the Piedmont. These will be really hit or miss. Now, and people ask, what about this specific location at this specific time? That's really impossible for anyone to tell you. I just know there's going to be scattered storms. It's like looking at your water boiling on the stove. Where's the actual bubble going to form when it starts bubbling? They're going to be there, but you don't know exactly where. So yeah, conceivably our model here, I'm showing you, shows it there, but this could easily be here. It could be here. It could be here. It could be here. It's going to be somewhere in this area. And there's going to be probably 3 or 4 of them. So that's kind of what we know with these pop-ups. But as we get later in the evening, the storms get more organized. By 5, 6 o'clock, there's probably going to be more of a line of storms developing. So for me, if I'm doing something Saturday, I'd be prepared for a passing storm during the day, but right around dinner time, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, that's when I'm starting to say, hey, we better have a rain plan, because there's a pretty good chance in that evening time frame like this, 5, 6, 7 o'clock, we're going to see some storms moving through. So that's what your Saturday looks like. So when you see the high chances of rain, this is the other question I get quite a bit. People will see, oh my gosh, it's a 50, 60, 70% chance of rain. Looks like it's a washout Saturday. No, if you look at this, the chance of rain just means a chance of seeing 1/100th of an inch of rain at any point in the time period. So it could be sunny for 23 hours and 59 minutes of the day. But if it rains for that 1 minute, then that would be a verification of the forecast. So remember, the chance of rain doesn't have anything to do with duration or intensity, just the chance of seeing some rain at some point. So Saturday's a good example where most of the day is dry until the evening hours. So if you got a morning tea time, afternoon plans early on, you probably won't have any issues. But if you have dinner plans or you're going for a boat cruise or a concert, like we're going to see on Saturday night, then you're going to have some issues. So that's the time frame. You see that time frame of that. Maybe the concert starts, but then right in the middle, we might have some storms for Saturday's event, and then it moves out and it's gone. So I'm going to loop this to kind of show you. Let me pause it. And you kind of get the idea. Scattered storms this evening, and then scattered storms Saturday. Not complete washouts, but kind of a typical summer pattern. The only difference is the coverage of the storms the next couple of days will be a little bit more than your typical summer day, which is around 30%, maybe 20, 30%. It's going to be more in that 40 to maybe 60% chance of rain as we go into the afternoon hours. But the key part is all the rain is confined primarily to the late afternoon and evening hours. First half of the day should be fine. I'll post updates throughout the afternoon and keep you informed, especially if you're going to a concert. Make sure you're following me on social media. I will post updates as we get ready for the big concerts in Uptown both Friday and Saturday.